the stream.
Oh, thanks. That's our intro music. Forgot where it came
Oh, I
from.
need to get into the.
Do you know, is page going to be long? Like, might not come at all?
Seems like it.
Okay. Sorry, she's not feeling good. Welcome to another session of Goblin Barrel D&D. Where tonight we play Allaeros. Yeah. How are you guys?
We're Gucci.
I'm so happy the week is over, man. I'm not working tomorrow, which is awesome. Amanda, do you have to get off earlier on Fridays?
You're muted.
Muted.
I thought I'd been up since 5:30, so you know.
So you're good
I'm
for a couple
sleepy.
hours?
Yeah.
Dope.
I got my new book and models.
Dude, what is that from?
40K. Black Templars.
Sick. Cool. Well, I guess it feels kind of odd that Paige isn't here, but I guess we'll jump in.
I'll totally play with her. It's fine.
Arr. And the Space Marine.
Oh my god, my cat is already being crazy.
Yeah. Lucy's whining at me.
Yeah, so I guess last time we played, you guys were in the cave system and killed hi Lucy. You were in the cave system and you killed an aboleth, a lizard, a medusa, and a bunch of gobos. You got a ton of loot, like 17k worth of gold. A handful of magic items that you guys have talked about a bit about what to do with, and made your way back to the ship after stuffing it all in the bag of holding. Everyone survived, though I think there was a couple of close calls. Did someone get knocked down?
I don't think this round.
No,
No.
I think someone got like real low, maybe. I'm so sorry, by the way. Like, I have a lot of stuff prepared. I did not sit down and do any prep since last time, just because I was keeping up, with stuff at home and whatnot. So I didn't really have time to pull away. But anywho, you guys got back on the ship, spoke with Simon. Simon approached Relisa kind of one-on-one, explaining that he doesn't want to go back to Triton to his parents, and neither does River, and offered and requested to be allowed to stay with you guys and manage the keep on your behalf, and would like to speak further about possible arrangements of what that may look like, but that would be a few days down the road. So you guys all hop back on the ship with Captain Jamie, and began to make your way back. You guys can see, if you're on roll 20, the river system here. Is there anywhere you guys would like to specifically stop? Simon had mentioned he would be okay making a single stop. Nothing too intense, but wouldn't mind if you guys wanted to stop somewhere.
Yeah.
Or is there any RP you guys want to do as you get back on the ship? You have Unit 7 here. Oh yeah, a small detail. You guys found Unit 7 in this magical orb and released him from the prison of which he was. Reactivating him, a bit of a reboot sequence. Yeah. What would you guys like to do?
Remind me, did we end last session with like menial tasks we wanted to do? I know we talked about Olden working on the grandfather clock sighting and adding more filigree and detail and kind of making it into a story of our journey down here.
Yeah, I think I think we left off like officially with divvying out the loot, like me telling you guys what the loot is and whatnot, and that you'd have days to do it. So I told you what all the items were, so you could kind of figure that out. And I encourage you guys to think of things you want to do on the trip back, because of where you guys will have, I think it was 4 days of downtime traveling back upriver. And unless you choose to go somewhere, it would pretty much be unimpeded. So it's kind of up to you guys how you would want to handle this downtime. If there's conversations you want to have, if you want to pray to anything, if you want to tinker with anything, if you want to test anything out.
Yeah, I would ask Unit 7 and just be like, so what the hell happened? I mean, we were all messing with cards from what I understand, and then next thing I know, everybody's screaming and telling me that you're missing. So what was that like?
I drew a couple of cards. One of them is still affecting me.
Oh, you're not going
It
to
looks. I
disappear
think we'll
again,
have
are
to
you?
find a god to get rid of it.
What?
And Unit 7 might gesture to himself, and you see some of his gears are like sputtering ever so slightly. He's always been a very efficient model, but some of his gears are sputtering. Some of his like electronic veins are like sagging a bit. There's just a bit of lackluster going on with his physique.
There was a slight hope that the god of the place would forget about it, but oh well. And then nothing.
Is there anything we can do to assist?
For that? Probably not. Just find a god.
Yeah, where do you even find gods?
That's a question for Tetra. He doesn't
I don't
believe
think
in
Tetra
gods.
likes gods all that much.
We're
Does
hot
he,
on the heels of one.
does he not like gods, or doesn't believe in gods?
He believes in them. He's not on good terms with any of them because of his upbringing, teaching him that the gods just meddle in the affairs of people, and
Sure.
Tetra
Yeah.
all they
explaining it this
cause
way.
is strife.
I
mean,
assume it would
that's
be
the
something we
summary.
know. So
I believe in a god. They're called Oh My.
Oh my.
George Takei.
Oh my god.
oh my.
Oh
Are you, I see what she did there.
As for the disappearing act, I remember being in the room, and then I remember nothing. I was in a complete void, and I couldn't see my body. It felt like I was just there, but wasn't there.
So it's not like you didn't exist. You were aware of the passage of time, or
I think we discussed I was aware of the passage of time, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
Yeah.
just couldn't will yourself to do anything or say anything or interact in any way. It's
Can
very
you see
similar to like
people?
the Medusa situation.
Like, could you see out of that orb? Like, did you know that we were there?
No.
dang.
I like I said, I was in a void. I couldn't see anything. I decided to use that time to go over some computational spells, and I might have figured out a trick or two. Amazing what
Is that
a
what that
couple
orb
of days
was?
of, huh?
Is that what the orb you were in was? You were doing some sort of a magical computations?
I would think the orb was more of a prison. So I was in a prison. I think I was in more of a prison cell when you found me than a study room.
That's
Well,
interesting.
as long as we're talking about gods, Tetra, you say you're not like all that interested in gods, but I mean, you turned into some sort of freaky beast creature, dog, cat thing. What's that about? Is that just something you can do, or is that part of some other arrangement?
Arrangement.
Well, I mean, I'm not
I
gonna
took
pass
care of that.
judgment, but yeah, I saw that.
Uh, I, I
That's
guess,
cool.
I guess, the jackal is just really rooting for me.
And who is this jackal?
He's a god.
Well, maybe if we find him, we can get rid of this.
Yeah, that would be great. Uh, I've got some clues.
I mean, you're
Got
not in
some.
direct contact with this jackal thing. You didn't have to like touch your spirit or anything to make you a whatever that was.
No, I'm not in direct contact at all. I don't know where he is. Well, okay. I received some information. Apparently, I do know where he is.
Is that a detail you feel comfortable sharing with the class so that we can maybe work on Unit 7's whatever this is afflicting him also?
Well, you saw this little imp thing pop out of the stairs
I sure did.
back in Fish Face Dungeon. Yeah, and he delivered to me the location of the jackal. Supposedly, he's underground beneath Tridon.
Whoa, beneath Tridon? That's not your floaty city. That's something else.
No,
That's
that
the
is
floaty city.
Mhm.
So the jackal is underground, a floating city.
Underground, underneath a floating city. I don't know if he's like under the ground that's floating. There's probably a chunk of ground floating with the city, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's in that ground, or if he's in the ground proper. Could be either. I would expect it's the ground proper. There's a big gaping hole under that city. And he's probably deep inside there.
Well, that doesn't sound ominous at all.
What? Yes, it
Tridon.
does.
Baltic isn't Tridon.
Yeah, what do your masters know about this jackal? I mean, they're obviously like next door neighbors or something.
Well, Baltic is generally in Cedar Valley. I think that was the name.
Where?
Cinder
Isn't
Valley.
it Cinder Valley? Oh no, where was the
Phoenix
where's my
Landing?
home?
Oh,
Phoenix
where
Landing.
Ulden's
Thank
from.
you.
No, I'm
Ah.
from not that.
Tridon
I was thinking
is
of the
where the
place near Cinder
Council
Valley.
of Wizards is.
The
I can
Enclave.
ask Baltic what he knows of the jackal.
I'm from Mountain Deep. I just remembered it.
I know
Which is-
Baltic is in Phoenix Landing, is in Tridon, probably just to chat with them.
Where is Phoenix Landing? South? Southeast?
South, yeah.
So across the bay from Thousand Leaf.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, can I take a look at my maps? And
If we look
'cause
at
we
the
had
map,
drawn some,
I can show you about where it's at.
yeah, we had drawn some notes on there too of like things we might need to do, like finding. Yeah, there it is. Find Alpha in the Gulf
So-
of Deserted Scurry.
Scary.
So you
I've
see-
updated the map, by the way, with a couple other new towns and stuff that you probably would have discovered on your travel.
Oh.
So you see, Phoenix Landing is down in the southeast.
Also, I guess Underrock is no longer called Bunch of Buttholes. All right, I guess I'll update
I
that.
found Unit 7.
Oh no, it's gone.
No.
Unit 7
have
is
to
from
relabel
here.
it.
That is not true. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Tridon is where the Council of Wizards is, not where I am from. I am from Phoenix Landing. We went to Tridon originally when
Oh.
we came to this plane of existence, because they had the Council of Wizards and we couldn't make out a deal.
Well, we found you off in the ocean west of Tridon.
No, you found me.
Yeah, you're still there, in fact.
You're right there.
I see what you're saying.
Stupid
I
bullshit.
don't have control of that.
Please never delete that.
This is y'all's map, man. I'm not touching any of it.
Hell yeah.
Somebody deleted a bunch of buttholes.
I mean, that was
I did.
Oh, was that you?
Well,
That was me hoping.
There'll be dragons.
All right, so Unit 7 is
We
from
need to find
here,
Alpha.
actually.
yeah, we gotta find Alpha in search, so that was, all on my quest to go rescue the jackal. And even though I have the location of the jackal, I still feel like I probably need to go there, because there's more to just more than just knowing where he is to this. We're gonna have to collect a lot of information.
Good idea.
And did you say you know where he is?
Tridon.
Oh,
Underneath the floating city of Tridon.
got it. A couple people want to go to Tridon, right? Like your
Everybody
dad is
always
there,
wants to go to Tridon.
and like Sherfa, your dad is in Tridon right now.
I
Everybody's
mean,
dad is in Tridon. Maybe my
Everybody-
dad is in Tridon.
my master is there for now. He could. Oh,
Yeah.
actually,
Some people
correction.
call
He
him
was
daddy,
there
but okay.
yesterday. He might be back in Phoenix Landing today. For all I know.
How long of a travel is it to Tridon from Thousand Leaf?
You can measure it using the tool. But it is about
About a
10 days.
10-day.
Mhm.
Oh, it says how many days.
You can
That's smart.
Thank you. You can customize the squares how long each thing is, and you can just custom. I mean, you can say 12.5 blue. You just name it to whatever you want.
Teddy bears.
Yep.
Hey.
It takes 20 teddy bears to get to Tridon.
I was thinking when you said you can measure it, I'm like, well, I mean, that's a lot of steps. How long will that take?
How far-
I would've-
Can
I
you do
would've
in a
laughed.
day?
I would have laughed so hard if you would have like pulled out a ruler to like, all right, let's see.
How far is a parsec on this map?
To be fair, I do that a lot on some of my maps.
Yeah.
We used to have
To
to.
be fair, I do that
Mhm.
with engineering drawings because they don't
Yeah,
give me
exactly.
a goddamn scale.
Yeah,
That's
we
funny.
used to have to fucking use, like, I've got my scale right here. Whoop. We used to
never
have to
realized that it was
measure on
tri-
screen to digitize plans.
I never realized that it was Tridon. I always
Well,
thought
now
it was
you-
like Triton. Not that that matters.
Oh, it's
Those are
tried
fish people.
on. We tried on top.
Yeah, I thought it was
We
fish
attempted
people.
on.
Not fish people?
Not fish people.
The fish people would be more Marshwood Web, I would say.
The
Well, there's-
Tritons
Fish
and the
people
Trents.
is Triton, not Tridon.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought the Triton were from Tridon.
Yeah,
No.
the
And their
stress
king is
different.
King
see.
Triton.
Yes.
And
I'll be Ariel.
The Tritons are there are some here in Thousand Leaf. You guys have heard that there's an agreement with the Tritons through the ancient city of Aspera that they help the water flow through the river system that you're on. So they're actually very much a part of that.
They're responsible for this mess.
They're responsible for the water.
It's a mess.
They should have done a better job. God.
Yeah.
That's a lot of days.
And it's taking us 3 days to get back home.
4.
4 days back home. And the
I'm a
festival
little
starts in
interested.
how many days?
Say what, Amanda?
And the festival is in how many days?
Let me see. Let me go to my calendar. The calendar says
The calendar.
the calendar. So if you travel 4 days, you will have 3 days before the festival.
And then
So
the
you'll
festival lasts 10 days.
Correct. This festival
Okay.
lasts 10 days. So it is currently, if we'll assume this is the first day of travel, this is the 14th of Nightal. And you'll travel 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th. You'll arrive at the end of the 17th day, and you'll have the 18th, 19th, and 20th. And then the festival begins on the 21st.
That's good.
So yeah,
And I'm assuming that we're just shooting the breeze while we are traveling.
yeah, you guys are having this conversation, talking about religion, talking about going to the scary, bringing up the map. I mean, everything we just talked about. You're talking about this probably with more detail, which, would bond you guys a bit more, make you more invested with each other, kind of strengthen your bonds. You guys just went through a harrowing ordeal. You got Unit 7. I mean, y'all went through a lot of traumatic events, and you helped each other. So, up to you how you really pulled all together. But, time passes, and while we're not going to RP every single moment, you guys obviously become a bit tighter group because of it. But yeah, Captain Jamie is up at the top, just kind of whistling away, and as the rowers are underneath rowing, going upstream. And yeah, you guys, like I said, you're going upriver. You pass the junction that you, the most recent junction you guys saw, which was B2. I'll go ahead and slide you back over to that. Right here, boop, right here, where you guys saw like tents. You saw like cobblestone, like rocky barriers that were kind of separating the open water to like some tents that were in a scattered area. As you guys continue, you get back to the fork where Captain Jamie says, we got to pick which way to go. And, you guys pick away, and you begin making your way up. You find the area where you guys stopped the night before, and will set up camp for that night. You take a night's rest. So everyone can obviously hit long rest if you haven't, by the way. At this point, this would probably be a semi-decent good spot if there's anything that requires attunement. What are you guys doing with your stuff? I see Amanda reposted the kind of divvying out of the magic items. Is that accurate? Does everyone agree with that list?
Yeah, I'm going to try on this ring of shooting stars and just see what I can do with it.
Sure.
I announced that.
Cool. So pop that in your inventory.
Surfa would probably put on the ring of the ram if you want to do that, Caillou.
Okay.
And then I would have a conversation with Unit 7 about like the rod of alertness, if that's
Have it.
something that he thinks that would be beneficial.
So the Rod of Alertness grants advantage on perception checks and rolls for initiative.
But you do have to have it. You do, in order to use it, you do have to always have your hand on it. Like you have to carry it.
We figured if anybody can afford to just hold on to it all the time, it's you.
Well, it's
Maybe.
one of us because I don't do anything with my hands either.
Yeah. You can plant the. I guess the question is. I think. I think I would have the most use for it. You can already detect magic and stuff.
I can on command.
Which,
Granted, when I level up, I can change that skill, so I'm not
What's a
locked
level
into
up?
always. I don't know. I can always think about changing.
The other thing to consider is that those spells are added to your spell options. You'd have to use a spell slot to cast it. So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
would,
yeah. The
dropping.
detect magic on the hat was still probably really good for me to keep because I don't use any spells for it. So
That means
I'm
somebody
totally
with no
cool.
spell slots can't use it.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. Well,
And
no, hold
then-
on. You can use action.
I guess the next question would be
It
that.
didn't say anything about charges.
Yeah, so there's no charges, so it's not unlimited spells. So yes, it adds these spells to your. Yes.
That's how D&D Beyond does it anyway, at least.
Yeah.
It's a little hint.
Oh, okay.
I
Unit
guess
7.
the real question would be for that protection aura.
Mm-hmm.
Who's generally around more of all friendly?
I mean, we're kind of split up, right? Like, Sherfa's the only one that really goes melee. Sometimes Tetra does. He goes both ways. And everybody else is, right? Or stay away. You do, Tetra.
And it is a
60-foot radius.
60-foot radius. That's massive.
That's pretty big. I mean,
It's very rare you guys are 60 feet apart.
Yeah.
And that's radius. That's not diameter either. So, I mean,
I guess the next question would be how many things do you have attuned?
So I currently am max attunement, which would be my next question is if
Currently, I only have the cloak of attuned.
protection.
Oh my glob, I don't have to attune to the Horn of Valhalla. That's
Wow.
sick.
Yeah.
that means you can also pass it to anyone if they need it, and they can just use it during, like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I was also going to offer up if anybody wanted this Dark Shard amulet. It allows you to cast.
I believe that's warlock only.
Yup.
Is it?
I believe. I'm not 100. I haven't
Dark
looked at it in a while.
shirt.
Oh yeah, it is warlock only. Never mind. Just kidding.
I mean, you can sell it
dark
if
shirt. Go to the doctor.
if you don't need it. But that also removes the need for, I think, a spell focus as well.
It's true. I mean, I have one. I don't use my hands though, so having a spell focus in my hand is not that big of a deal.
True. Which, while we're talking about that, if you have a spell focus in your hand and your spell requires the hand gestures, do you have to have a spell focus and then use your other hand for the gestures? Is that right?
Unless it says otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why Warcaster for paladins and stuff is so important.
So they
I could be better at saying that, blah blah.
Yeah,
Abracadabra.
and like I said earlier, because we were talking about this. I mean, Seven's focus is embedded in him,
Yeah.
but he still has the hand that generally grasp to use it.
clenches it, glows bright between his digits and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, he has a hand specifically for it.
Well, if you want to have the rod, totally take it. I just didn't know if you would use it, then great. Then I would say you use it. And
Here's
then
the
use
official rule on spellcasting focus and somatic components. You must have a free hand or hold a spellcasting focus, but it can be the same hand that you use to perform somatic components.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
So you could have the rod and then your spell focus in your other
Yeah,
hand.
so you're like abracadabra.
Cool.
That makes me so much easier because I have somatic components, but my gun becomes my wand where I'm like abracabam.
I'm aiming.
I did
Abracadabra.
find out because I was thinking about what spells I could cast without my spellcasting focus. and one of his favorite spells is 100% allowed. So he could have, if you unlocked them during that battle, he would have been able to cast some
Oh, nice.
spells.
Nice.
Oh, that would have been sick.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically, yes. Ray of Sickness.
Haha.
Totally sick.
He's down with the sickness.
And then
Unit 7, can you make good use of this failed experiment wand?
What is
Y'all
it?
have a lot of magic items.
It's a 50-50 chance of casting either fireball, I mean, or a blue lightning bolt. Which
Yeah,
is
out
just
of that
lightning bolt.
battle, we like doubled the amount of magic items. How many did we get total? Like 6, 7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And then you also got
Yeah,
the
8.
ring. Oh, no, yeah, that's included. Yeah.
Here, let me show you how it works. It's got 2 charges. You can choose to spend 1 or 2 charges. 1 charge gets you level 3. 2 charges gets you level 4. And it's random which one to cast, either fireball or lightning bolt.
I
The-
think I could.
I mean, it's very exciting when you use it. Let me tell you. You should have seen the pile of goblins that came washing out of that west side of the room.
And what
North
did you
side, even.
say it was called?
A failed experiment wand.
Which also requires attunement, by the way.
That's what it calls itself.
Add to
Feels up hell.
equipment.
And then Unit 7, are you also able to take
Oh.
use of this anchoring carpet?
If you expend the wand's last charge, roll a d20. But
That's
with
why I
only 2
usually
charges.
cast. Yeah, that's why I usually just use 1 charge. By the way, Relisa, that rug I suggest we put in your house as an anchor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
nobody
think
needs
that's
to
a
make
great
use
idea.
of it. We just put it in the
So,
house.
I
Oh, but he has
cannot.
to be able to use it at some point.
I cannot
Oh,
at this
yeah.
point.
Yeah, but
I
in
am
the future.
still working on the teleportation spell.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Also, we need level 9 spell slots.
Mhm.
No, level 5.
No,
It's
level
5.
9 to
spell
get
slot.
level 5 spell slots.
Yeah.
Copy.
I'm still a fair bit away on that.
Well, even though I would be able to get it fairly soon, I can't virtually cast, so I can't actually do anything.
Virtually.
I need it, and then I will need. We did the math. Hold on.
10.
10,000 gold pieces.
Good news?
So the rug, Unit 7 would explain, typically to enable or plant a teleportation circle, like a permanent one, you have to cast the teleportation circle spell every single day for an entire year, and it's 50 gold every single time you cast it, which comes to 18,000 gold to have a permanent teleportation circle. What this rug does is it bypasses 2 aspects of that. One, it reduces the time from 1 year to 10 days, but it
Wow.
also requires 1,000 gold a day to do that. So reduces it down to 10 days, and it costs 10,000 gold instead of 18,000 gold.
But after that, 50 gold pieces and a minute. 50 gold pieces worth of material and a minute, and I'll be able to teleport directly back to that house.
And
That's awesome.
to Phoenix Landing. You've already memorized because when you get
Right.
that spell, you automatically know two locations. One of them is Phoenix Landing, which you've already memorized those sigils. You've seen the circle many times living there. So you're aware of the incantations, the shape, the geometry of the arcane circle there. So you already have an anchor. And the other cool thing about the rug is if you decide to unbind it, you can pick it up, move it, spend another 10 grand, and make a new circle in a new place within a 10-day, which is, again, massive.
I thought you said 500 anytime we want to move.
You're right. I did. Yes, because you've already spent the 10 grand, and that makes it a very cool item instead of just a money dump. Sounds
Only
good.
we
I mean,
brought in those other carpets that we saw.
So the next question would be then,
what'd you say, Amanda? I missed it. I heard something about the other carpets.
I said if only we brought those other carpets that we saw.
Yeah.
Only they match the drapes.
The drapes.
Mm.
so my
Mm.
question would be then for the DM,
Oh,
are
here
we
comes-
just...
Mhm.
So we've already teleported to here. So a circle has been made using this rug.
Yes, but once it was picked up, it was unbound.
Unbound.
And the teleport, the 500 gold like moving thing binds to the person. So only if I assume you're the one who's going to, cast the teleportation, only you can move it for 500 gold. If someone else were to try and use it, they'd have to invest the 10,000 gold. So it's partly binding to you as well.
Okay, new question.
Yeah.
Once it's bound to me with the 10,000 gold,
Yes.
somebody comes and steals it,
Uh-huh.
wastes 10,000 gold. I find it, take it back.
10,000 gold.
10,000 gold?
If they
So it
bind
can only
to
be
it.
bound.
Mhm.
Okay, so it can only be bound to one person. Okay.
Correct. Yes, sir. So whoever you guys just stole this from no longer has a very expensive,
No,
very
no.
utilitarian.
They still have access to it.
No, they don't. Once it was picked up, it was unbound.
I thought you said...
Once you pick it up off its location, it is no longer a active teleportation circle. So once it was rolled up and picked up, whoever's rug that was,
He
Take-
just needs to spend 500.
and
this
get
point.
the rug.
Get the rug and 500. Yeah.
Yes, they technically could if they wanted to find you and hunt you down and take it from your dead body. Yes.
But it's likely we've killed it.
Killed what? The owner?
The owner.
You absolutely have not. I'll tell you that.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's the lady.
Yeah, you absolutely have not killed the owner.
The
You've also-
rotten lady.
You've also not met the owner.
Exactly. Also, that's good news. It's not any of these people we've written down so far. I've ruled them all out now.
Excellent.
I have a
Nobody
list of
is
everybody
the
we've met.
secret bad guy.
We've knocked down the suspect from 10 million to 900,999,000.
So I just want to make sure that we have, if everybody has these items in their inventory, because I didn't put them in our inventory before.
Okay, so
So-
I have added the Rod of Alertness and Failed Experiment.
And the carpet, you need to add the carpet.
Okay.
You'll be responsible for the carpet. And then,
We don't have the carpet in the...
The
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 item.
rug, anyway.
The carpet is not something going to put in there. It's just something we'll need to, keep in mind.
remember.
Yeah.
And then,
Just something I
Petra,
made up.
you have Sherfa's ring on?
No, Sherpa has Sherpa's ring on.
Yeah, that's what I meant. And then you have the mirror and the horn.
What?
You have the mirror and the horn in your inventory?
Uh,
Were
Yeah.
you being responsible for the mirror life strapping?
Yeah.
And then
nope, it
Alden,
stays safe in my bag of holding.
you have the shooting stars pew pew ring.
Pew pew ring.
Pew pew ring.
I'm sorry, Kyle,
Ald-
did you say you put the mirror in your bag of holding?
I hope I can get it in my bag of holding.
When you shove that into the bag of holding, a item that has a interdimensional space within it into another item that has a interdimensional space
Oh,
within
does it have an interdimensional space?
Yeah, if you read it, there's a prison, remember?
I did read it, but yeah, I
A
didn't remember
vortex
that being an
rips
interdimensional
through.
space.
I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that.
No,
You
no.
have a bomb.
We're
No,
all
literally-
fucked.
Do you guys know what happens if you put two interdimensional spaces within each other? Okay.
Yeah, we all
Yeah.
get fucked.
In fact, they actually just changed the way that Artificer's artificial bag of holding works, so that we can't do that anymore.
Oh, nice.
That's
Cool.
good.
No, that does. I won't. Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
No, I naively in the center of the boat,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and the whole boat just.
Black hole.
Yeah, literally.
Pretty much.
Hey,
And to
All
the
right, new
abyss.
characters.
Yeah.
hey,
Level
Olden,
1.
can you hold
What?
on to the Corpse Slayer short sword until we either decide what to do with it or sell it?
If I have to.
Thank you.
I'm a 12-year-old kid. Boy, I can't wait for this festival to start.
Right. Cool.
And we already gave our money out, right? For the first round of money, we already took that. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, we're good. I'm good.
Cool. So yeah,
Because
you
the
guys,
Manager release is
Slayer
done.
Short sword.
Corpse
Uh,
Slayer sword.
you guys continue for the next day. You pick up where you were. You pass the junction here on roll 20 to the C junction, which trails off to C1, 2, 3, and 4. And you guys continue. You head back towards the Lost Treasure Cove. Captain Jamie suggests that you guys go around as to avoid the Lost Treasure Cove, and you do so. You take another night stop around here, I believe, or somewhere back here, whatever. These breakups aren't exactly right, but yeah, you guys stop again. You have a third night's rest. You pass by where you had that really long drawn out battle where you guys were getting ripped off the boat by the hook arms, were those goblin creatures you saw up on that kind of balcony that was in the rock, and you see them there yet again staring at you, looking down towards your direction as you guys pass by. Tetra's there.
They look like little fat penises.
Give it the bird, yeah. And yeah, you guys just pass by. They don't engage in any way, but they yet again are just staring you down. You guys pass A2. You pass A1. On the third night, Relisa, when you find sleep, your mind kind of drifts and wanders, and you think back to the fight with the obelisk, and though you weren't in the water, you think of your friends, your allies that were in the water fighting against this creature with these tentacle arms slashing against them, all the arrows kind of peppering down, and at one point they get hit and they fall back, and as they do, your vision kind of turns sideways, and as you go beneath the surface, you pop out the other end standing, and you are again in that silvery lake. Standing on top of the surface, it's quiet. You hear the echoes of water rushing, and out ahead of you, about 80 feet away, is that pedestal.
I walk towards it. I look around. Do I see Barney?
Who?
Barnabas.
Oh,
Do I
Barnabas.
see Barnabas?
You do not. You look around, and
myself?
you see, yeah, you're all by yourself. You look around, and as far as your dark vision allows, roughly 60 feet or so, it's just darkness. It just fades into nothing. There's no walls, there's no ceiling. It just fades into as far as your vision can see, which is essentially right in front of you, because there is no light. The only thing that gives you any sort of sense of distance is when you look down, you see that silvery surface of this water, and then this pedestal that's emitting this very, very, very soft silvery glow of light that is giving your only bead of direction.
Am I able to cast light on like my dagger or my something?
You go to reach out for your dagger, you hold it in front of yourself, and you cast light. And as you do, you see this like gray and black, like whenever back in analog TV, whenever you're like on a channel that you don't have, you get that that chaos that erupts from your static, that erupts from your blade, and it's emitting a softer glow than what usually comes out, but it's like the staticky, like black and silvery, like chaos in this blade. And when it lights up, you see the pedestal at the same time light up at the same time, giving off that same kind of color and this odd chaos that's kind of inside of the pillar. But atop, you see this very smooth looking, curved, like face mask shield looking thing.
I walk closer and try to see if there's like, is there any writing? Is there any inscriptions or anything?
What languages do you know?
Well, Relisa can read all writing.
Okay, is it just constantly going,
Yeah,
or do you
it's
have
a
to
feat.
cast it? Okay,
No, it's I think it's observant.
okay.
It's an
Um,
invocation.
That
Yeah, I
was my
think it's an.
invocation.
And do you have to activate it, or is it just as your invocation you're able to read all writing?
I'm scrolling down to it.
Scrolling.
I think
Scrolling.
I could just always read all writing. It's
Cool.
not anything I.
Cool. So yeah, you look, and these shapes are nothing you've ever read before. You've read a lot of kind of old languages, dead languages, and whatnot, but this is something that's first time you've experienced this. And you look on the side, and these letters that make no sense begin to shift as you focus your eyes on it, and in your head you just know that this is primordial. You're reading a primordial language. And you look on one side of the pedestal, and as you're reading it, that chaos of white and silver that's like fuzzy and gritty and is like chaotic begins to erupt outwards. And right before you wake up, you get the word vision on the side of this pedestal. But you come to and you wake up, just not abruptly, you just kind of like a deep inhale and you exhale, and the crew's getting ready for the last day of travel. Captain James is like, all right, gang, this is last day, and we're gonna be home. You guys ready to get going? All right.
Yeah.
And he pulls out a whistle on his around his neck, and he blows it, and the crew below start to row again as you guys make your way towards Thousand Leaf, and you pass the last outpost, the cave diver outpost, where you see those guards you saw previously, the one that sold Relisa the crossbow. And as you guys begin to approach, they're waving you down. You can see a look of surprise on their face. And
Yeah, that's right. We lived.
yeah, and gratitude, and they're like, oh, that's so great, oh, fantastic. And you see them like calling to each other. Some other people kind of pop out of this little shack where you assume is like a makeshift barracks for the small crew that's at this forward outpost. And as you guys kind of go by, they just kind of wave you down, and you guys keep rowing past. Oh, my cat just found on my D12s. Good girl. All right.
And may I have been working on this clock just stuff the entire time?
Absolutely. Yeah. Is there anything else anyone else might have been working on? And obviously you can have conversations while this is all going on. Everyone, Simon probably, or actually River probably gets up and looks at what you're doing, and you guys make some small talk. Is there anything else
Tetra's armor is probably in disrepair and disgusting, so that's what I'll be spending my time repairing and polishing.
Sure. Do you have blacksmith tools? Or are you proficient blacksmithing?
I am proficient.
Do you have a tool
and
set?
I've got smith's tools and jeweler's tools.
Yeah, for sure. So you take some time and begin to repair it, and with the amount of time you guys have, I mean, you are easily able to get it back to pretty pristine looking. Obviously, there's some scratches and scuffs and maybe a dent you just can't get out, but yeah, it looks pretty good.
Well, for that dent, I will probably be very annoyed, probably even channel divinity or something to fix
Oh.
that.
Sure. Yeah, if you want to get it perfect, Yeah,
Oh, I want to get it perfect.
you get it exactly how you want it. Then with your skill and your abilities through who knows exactly where your source of
'Cause, like,
energy is.
I do all
that.
my normal work on it, and I work
Mhm.
so hard, and it's still not perfect. And I try not to be bothered by it for like a day.
Yeah.
And it eats away at me, and I'm finally just like, use some magic on it.
So I will say this as well, because I added the Rod of Alertness, and it adds it to my first level spells, but it also says at will.
What? Really?
Oh.
Detect good and evil, detect magic, detect poison, and
Well, now I'm jelly.
at
Ugh.
will.
All right. I mean, if D&D Beyond says it, I guess. Whatever.
Oh, I need to
Insane.
steal it from Unit 7 now.
Nope.
Oh, I don't tell you shit.
Be like, wow, this rod you gave me really sucks. Thanks a lot,
Really
Relisa.
sucks. Ass.
You
That's
already
insane.
detect plenty.
Yeah, but now,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a spell she could
I
swap.
could have swapped that and just used the rod.
I might give
Yeah,
it up.
well,
Like if I find anything else interesting, I'll give it up.
I guess it's
Hey,
just
you want a plunger?
detecting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I would want to, like, on our boat travels, I would want to ask kind of two things. I would ask Simon about taking, what's the process about taking the Medusa blood and turning it into whatever he needed to be able to free his sister.
For sure.
So I
Yeah,
would
we know
ask
an
him about
alchemist
that.
back in
So
the swamp.
it's not the Medusa blood.
It's not the blood.
No, it was
Well, I
the
got all these
basilisk.
vials of blood now.
It was the basilisk stomach acid.
Yeah, Medusa blood doesn't do anything.
We were told that they both do. We were told that the basilisk blood was less
I actually
powerful
don't
than
remember
Medusa
if
blood.
the Medusa blood does anything.
Now, so Simon would say, well, that doesn't.
The blood of Medusa can reverse petrification.
Oh, it does. Okay.
But only
Boom!
fuck!
What?
Applied a few drops of the blood to the Medusa, was killed within the past 24 hours to the lips of the petrified, and succeed on a DC 20 heal check.
Oh, you could have just killed it. Well, she would have been frozen within the last 24 hours.
If we killed it,
Killed it within the last 24 hours.
Medusa had to have been died within 24 hours.
Oh, well,
Before you
fresh
could have
blood.
released your sister?
no.
So,
So,
if we had killed it and then taken her blood and within 24 hours done a
applied
couple
it
of heal
to-
checks,
you could have freed a
would've-
bunch of other people.
Oh.
which is why I'm a little upset.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know that anyway.
All we had to
We're
do
not
was eviscerate her in the
experts.
room.
Yeah,
Well, I
Yeah.
have this big, like, water thing of
you've already been gone
blood.
for more than 24 hours.
Yeah,
But Simon would say, if you could take that to a skilled alchemist and they could make something of it, I'm sure it'd be worth a fair amount. I know I paid a lot for the salve I got. So yeah, just take it to an alchemist.
All right. I would also ask Jamie if he's aware of any, like, really silver lakes anywhere.
Silver Lakes, not aware of any. All the lakes I see are in this, in the Underdark and underground. But there is.
All the lakes I ever heard of were water.
Ha! You're hilarious. Where are my notes? Where are my notes? Here we go. The only two underground lakes that I'm aware of are
He's a pirate now.
Arr.
Valo Depths and Card Rock Lagoon.
Hold on, I didn't have my notes. Where did you say, Mr. Jamie?
Vallow Depths, Vallow. And Card Rock, CardRock, Lagoon.
How far away are those places, or where are those near?
He like points up, and there's like a break off to the left. And he says, "Oh, right over there, it's the good fishing spot, and there's like a hotel over here and a resort."
All right. That's all I got.
Cool. Yeah, you guys. Peter, I'll send you that information later, unless you want to act on it. But
Yeah.
cool. If I don't get it to you soon, within like a day or two, just remind me. But yeah, you spend some time looking at that as well. But you guys arrive back to Thousand Leaf, and
The guards weren't surprised that there are now 2 new people.
well, the no one really notices because the waterways are busy. There are lots of ships. Whenever you guys get past that entryway where the lagoon and the Val Depths are, you guys kind of get in line with a bunch of other ships that are coming to dock as well. So you're like one of like 30 ships that are heading in, and there's ships like going out. And yeah, you guys, I believe it's called More or something, up to the dock, where you're greeted by dock hands that kind of tie up the boat and kind of greet you, and the deck hands for Captain Jamie start tying stuff off, and Captain Jamie says, "Well, that was quite adventurous. I think I'm going to take a bit of a break from going out. We almost died a few times, but if you ever need another ride, you let good old Captain Jamie know." And he just kind of teeters on his tiptoes and like rocks back and forth, just kind of smiling.
Well, thank you.
Yep.
Everyone give me an insight check.
So good at those.
Motherfucker wants a tip.
19.
19,
Yeah, does he hold out his hand
18.
awkwardly?
18,
3.
3.
That's with a +2.
Nice.
Ooh. 28.
Everyone but Olden and probably Sherfa, you see maybe resentment or something that you guys literally have, all this stuff. I guess he never really saw the money, but feels like his life and his crew's life was put on danger a bit, and yeah, he's looking for a tip, but he's not going to say it.
Oh, well, then he doesn't deserve it, does he?
I guess
I
not.
go up and I
That's
give
for
him a
what you need
big
and want.
hug, and I say, "Thank you for being the best captain I've ever been. I've never been on a boat, Captain Jamie.
Oh, you've been on the best now.
It was unthinkable. Ew.
That's right.
I'll keep you in mind for our next adventure, sir.
Hey,
You
Simon,
were
you should give him a
amazing.
tip.
I'll spread your name around and we'll pay you in exposure.
We're influencers.
He just like smiles and nods. He's like, "All right, it's been great having you
Oh,
guys." And yeah, he doesn't change his tune or anything. He just kind of smiles and helps you guys get your stuff off. The crew helps you get your stuff off, and yeah, you guys, if yeah, Peter, are you saying something? Or are you just poking your
No,
chair?
I'm messing with the video. See?
Oh, okay. Monkey.
The chair exists. The chair doesn't exist.
No. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah.
Easily distracted.
If nothing else, you guys make your way back towards your keep. It's towards the end of the
I was
day,
happy
but
to see this thing.
as you guys begin making your way through the streets are bustling, dude. There are banners hung up. Oh yeah, there's banners hung up. You can see that there's a lot more like there's always been some decor outside of like businesses and whatnot, but it's like exploded onto the street. There's almost like canopies covering the entire walkways in a lot of these places. Not the main thoroughfares just because they're so large, but like when you look down an alley that was usually like a pretty wide, like 20-foot wide pathway, it's now completely covered by like tarps and stick poles and like displays of stuff. People are getting pretty excited about it. You can just feel the energy in the streets as people prepare for the festivities. Kids wearing masks and running through. Every now and then you'll hear the crack of some fireworks go off. You hear a lot of music being played out in the streets. Taverns are full of people. And as you guys were unloading from the docks, you noticed that a lot of goods were coming in, a lot of ores and some other stuff that was farmed underground. You see like this interesting looking, like not wheat, but like a grain of some sort that was mined from underground that was brought in like wheelbarrows and carts being pulled by horses and whatnot. But yeah, you guys begin to approach your keep. Is there anything you guys want to do on the way there? Any pit stops?
No, I want to get
yummy
back into the nap.
muffins. Like muffins and baked goods and things.
Yeah, for sure. You pass by a bakery, and someone greets you there, and you look around, and there's a couple muffins that smell delicious. They look good. You pay about 4 copper for 3 muffins or so. Yeah, you're able to get a handful of muffins on your way. Sherfa snags one out of your hand, eats it with you. Yeah, you guys make your way to the keep, and you see pretty much just as you left it, your keep.
I would also get cheese for perfume. I would get her cheese.
You're gonna wear perfume. You're gonna wear cheese as perfume.
No, I'm getting my pet mouse. Cheese.
After a week like that, you smell like cheese anyway.
Whatever.
Can you switch to the...
I'm just waiting for Tetra's mom to bathe me. It's fine.
Gross.
What, Ian, for 7?
Sherfa has probably also called for, God, what was that cat's name?
Leslie.
And Leslie has been following you guys this whole time. After about 5 minutes of walking, though, Leslie jumped up like on the back of Sherfa's backpack and just kind of like bobbing as she's walking, but is like hanging on. Yeah, you stop and get some cheese. You spend another probably a silver to get a handful of assortments of cheeses.
I would also make sure that Sherfa tells Leslie perfume is not a toy and he is not allowed to eat her.
Yeah.
Leslie, you really gonna let Relisa tell you what to do? I bet you perfume is delicious.
Leslie,
I will
you're
kick
a
you
free
out
man.
of my keep.
Your actions are
Olden.
your own.
You're trying to tell this sentient, willful creature that it can't do
Hungry.
what cats do.
Don't forget hungry.
No, perfume stays. Stop it.
Yeah.
Sherfa stops
Yeah,
and gets
perfume can stay.
buys some fish before you guys leave the docks. Gonna mark off
And
like a silver piece.
She would say, "Do not eat the mouse
Yes,
inside the
100%,
house."
100%.
And I would
she buys-
encourage Leslie to eat the mouse. 100%.
That's
Keep it stocked with tuna. It's fine.
But yeah, as you guys approach, you see up on the balustrades, I forget what they're called, the little walking pathway on the
Ramparts.
top. Ramparts, thank you, sir. On the ramparts, you see, where is, here we go.
become invisible.
Serdor, the Furbolg, one of your guards that was hired from the mercenaries.
your door. Nice of you to open up to us.
Yeah, so you guys look. Who has a passive perception of 18 or higher?
Yeah, me.
16.
You do. So Tetra, you notice Serdor looks over at you, kind of gives a heavy wave, but you see these huge bags under their eyes as you guys approach, and says, "All right, we'll open the gate. One moment." And you see him kind of run to the gatehouse, and you hear a click, and it begins to slowly be pulled up as the portcullis is raised up. And you hear sort of yell out, Byhan, the back! And this female Triton comes out, not in full gear, but just kind of has
Nice.
what's like the basic clothing underneath or whatever, runs up and helps
Oh, your
pull
gills are
the
showing.
helps pull the door up. And yeah, as you guys get there, they both
Quiet.
run. Peter's gone. They both greet you, but both have these huge bags under their eyes. And Bahin says, "All right, Serdor, I'll take over. Why don't you go take some rest?" You see him kind of breathe out, and he just kind of greets you all with a half-hearted, "Glad you're back. Hope your
Get some
travel
shut-eye through
was
door.
safe." He just kind of, yeah, and he walks off. You guys see out in the grass, there's the my God, what is it called? The orphan, the person that's running the orphanage is out there with 5 kids reading a book out on the grass to them as you guys kind of enter in. And yeah, you're... Crap. Nope. Yeah, so Bayan says, "Well, it's good to see that you all had safe travel, it looks like." And looking at Unit 7's new friends, looking at Unit 7 and River.
New friends, old friends. What's the difference?
Very well. We are one guard down. Zagak quit. We had some issues on the 3rd night. Do you know a man named Dasarak?
Yes.
You see Bahin like rolls her eyes, and she's like, "He gave us quite some trouble, and Zagak had enough." And you see they're kind of trying to find a way to say, since with the rate that we're being paid, she said it wasn't enough and picked up our stuff and left. Quitting the job early, she won't be able to work with the Iron Willed again. But that left myself and Serdor to watch this, so we've had to do longer shifts, and we've not been getting very much rest.
Dang,
Ooh, how much
nobody
did they
from
get
your
paid a day?
organization was willing to come in and fill their spot? Nobody wanted to get paid for that?
We're not authorized to hire more hands, and you contracted us 3, so we did the best we could. From what we could see, there's been a lot of interest in your keep as it's new to the area. We found out. We of course let Naprock and Astrophy come in as authorized by yourselves. But I am.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were done. Keep going.
I'm sorry to say that this Dasarak fellow kept showing up in the house. We're not sure when, how, or where. And you can see clear frustration. But we always found him in the kitchen eating your food. And we would chase him out, and he's very slippery, that one. I don't...
Yeah.
Is he said he was your friends, but, you never told us
Seems
about
like
this.
a nice guy.
We've
mean,
run into him a few times. He's always struck me as like a really like eccentric, like friendly, but homeless person.
Yeah. But not homeless?
Well,
Yeah. Well, no, I just keep trying to. I have a question after this.
yeah, well, go ahead.
Well, I wanted to calculate how much that person who quit, how many
Uh-huh.
days they've been gone, and their day pay, and I would like to pay each of the two others that have taken over for them uh, a payment equal to what that person would have made for
Hmm.
those days to each of them. So it's kind of double what that person would make
Gotcha.
out of my pocket.
So it was agreed upon 1.5 gold for the time gone, or for 2 weeks total. You guys have been gone. Let's see.
So a guard is 1.5 gold for the entire time we were gone. One
No,
guard,
per day.
1.5 gold per
Per
day.
day.
Okay.
Let's see here. You guys left, so it's only been 8 days.
That they've
And then
been without, or that
no,
we've been gone.
you've been gone. They left on the third day, so 5 days. 1.5 gold for 5 days.
Okay.
7.5 gold.
7.5 gold,
Yeah, and then
which
you're
is
giving
15 to me.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give them a tip of 7.5 gold each.
Yeah, you see Bayan take it. She goes, "Oh, that is appreciated. I was telling Zagak that loyalty is important and pays in fruit when carried out. So just kind of shakes it in her hand and says, I'll be sure and give Circler their cuts." And then Simon will approach and say, well, and kind of looking at Releases, says, let's talk some business and figure out a better arrangement for you. And you see him begin to pull out his coin purse and says, well, I think we can arrange for some extra hands for a short period of time at least to reinforce, make sure you guys are getting better sleep. And they kind of walk away as they begin to talk some business. But before they get too far, Bayan will say, oh, Master Olden and to the group of you, we have had some letters arrive. I wasn't sure where to put them, so I actually put all of them in your room, Mr. Riverwright. There's not really an office yet designated, and with the kids running around, I wanted to leave it in one of the locked rooms. So their letters awaiting you there.
Thank you. And you can call me Olden.
Yes, sir. And they walk off with Simon. River is just kind of standing there, kind of looking around, just quiet, kind of looks over at the kids at the orphan. And yeah, what do you guys like to do?
Can
I'll do like a big stretch.
Can we go to the keep?
This is the keep.
Yeah, can you move the map to the keep?
Oh, yeah.
Unit 7 will need to pick a room.
Yeah, River and Simon will need to pick a room too. So
And-
River, maybe you can pick a room that you guys think you could be comfortable in.
I wasn't exactly sure. I mean, brother was talking to me. You're definitely able to stay with you then? Was that?
I mean, until we figure out something else, we haven't really sat down and had a conversation. It really needs to be all of us that has that conversation, even though I'm the owner. It's
Sure.
really our house.
All right, let's have the conversation. Susu, what do you think?
I love it.
Great. Relisa, what do you think?
Anything you want.
Okay.
Cool. I'm in. Tetra,
I don't know the question actually.
are we cool with letting Simon and River stay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Unit 7?
He's
It's
got
up
a
to you.
bad
This
feeling
is
about them.
unanimous. That's right.
While thankful, I don't know them. I also
were back
don't
to
feel
back
like
with
this
these
is my
guys.
house. I know Elisa
It is your
says
house.
I should think of it, but maybe in time. But if
All right,
everyone
what
else
about
is okay, we can.
You can
I
sleep
will
in my
clap
closet
Unit
if you
7
want.
on the shoulder and be like, that counts as a yes.
So which one is my room?
Well,
one.
on
One
the
of the
bottom
empty ones.
right. Yeah, one of the bottom right. I mean, yeah, there's a couple empty rooms. And you
Wasn't
can see 'em in the bottom right.
this a
It
closet
was
for the main room?
technically
Yeah, walls got
yes,
moved around.
By
but
the
we
way,
moved.
Oh.
by
We
the way,
rearranged, yeah.
you need to be looking at this, the bottom map. The upper one is for reference of what it used
Reference,
to be,
yeah.
but the bottom two are
Mm.
the new. I updated it to.
Though Olden still thinks that he can have that bottom room too, even though there is
I
no
do.
wall.
Someone
There's
is welcome to disagree with me if you have the balls.
I don't
Exactly.
right now.
It's my office.
Sorry, what bottom room? You mean the basement? The workshop?
No,
No,
this.
these two rooms that are blue.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
you can
The
have this
Fucking
room,
sweet.
or you can have that room.
Draw yourself a door in there.
Really, I mean,
There was
I
a door in there.
Yeah, well, draw yourself a new door in there.
Oh. He doesn't need much space. Let's go ahead and just.
Why do you have
There's-
a purple sperm in your room?
it's perfume.
Ugh, that's a gross perfume.
There you go. There's the door.
Nice. Nice.
All right, so you took
Noise.
that room.
River and
Well, we can make a door if we really need to. Make it all
Yeah.
elaborate.
I don't have a hammer anymore.
River and Simon will take this bottom room.
The bottom middle room.
This one. No, the bottom middle is like a foyer. Well, not a foyer. It's like a.
Oops.
Nah, we can convert it.
I mean, you could, but this room here.
Which
If you look
one?
on, if you look on the left map, they're on the bottom floor.
Oh, the bottom floor.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
yeah, they're gonna take the bottom
Right.
floor.
Sorry, River
You're
and
gonna have
Simon,
to
if
put
I
up
have a
with all
guest
the
over.
kids. Uh,
Maybe I'll totally keep then the shape of the original room, and I'll continue this to be my big old closet. I was trying to be kind to people, but if nobody's going to use it, then I'm going to use it.
yeah, the brother and sister are gonna share a room.
You see, after spending there like a bit of time, there's a divider being put up by River.
Hell yeah,
It's with whatever she can kind of get her hands on.
built with her own hands.
Simon,
She's like,
Simon,
I'm fed up.
Simon gives her some money.
Oh, wow.
You're
and
not Simon,
she
you're Unit
returns
7,
after
dude.
like an
I
hour
know.
with material to divide the room.
Look, it's been a little bit since I've been Unit 7, okay?
But yeah, they're gonna take that.
Yippee!
And Simon actually goes out, and is gone for like a good 2 hours or so. Comes back with a cart and brings in like a small desk, a dresser, probably like
Oh, dang.
5,
Simon,
10.
you could have used our wagon and donkey if you needed.
Oh well,
got
I
the
didn't
bean.
want to bother you. Trying to initiate some of this myself so I can hopefully prove to you how resourceful I am and prove my worth. And he will be.
I feel like
pretty
you already
much,
did that.
Oh, right. Did Simon
Just
show...
personally.
Yes, Simon would have gone to wherever he hid the gold and pull out a chest that is full of platinum pieces. It's a smaller chest, but yeah, you guys are 10,000 more G's to ya. So if you guys want to divide that between the 5 of you, that's 2,000 each, right?
We had a discussion on whether or not to include Unit 7.
We did.
Oh, are you not?
I think we are. Well,
Okay.
I have 2 votes.
Sherpa is definitely paying Unit 7 out of her own stash.
Unit 7 will make another point. If in the future we do want to make a teleportation circle here, 10,000 gold is required to make it.
Oh yeah, we could hide the 10,000 gold under the rug for now.
It could
big
be a
lump.
rug of anchoring the money underneath it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this room,
staple it down.
let's make this room the. I have
The
an
anchor.
idea.
Be our
Study
trophy room.
/ anchor.
We could build a bunch of like portals to like motor and
Yeah.
That's not quite how it works.
Oh, but it is. If you ever want to fight the five-fingered god, then you have to.
So I
That's
will.
funny. I can only remember motor and the elder.
Hmm.
Okay. So we can make that the study and anchor room and hide, like he said, hide the 10,000 gold pieces chest and then put the rug on top.
Let's put the mirror in front of the or like behind the rug to protect the 10,000 gold.
Okay.
Yeah, if
So
anybody looks
I'm
at
going to
it,
start a small list of what I want in my room.
straight to jail.
Are we wanting to go ahead and just divvy up that money right now, and then when we actually can get closer to being able to do that, then
That's the
just
opposite of what we just said.
pull it back together?
Yeah,
But
we
what
just
if
had a whole 5-minute conversation on this, and now you're bringing it up again.
But we never
That's
made a full
D&D.
decision.
7 will tell you, and I will tell you that, remind you that he is a wizard,
You're
and
a wizard, Harry.
wizards and gold do not go well together. Like I have right now. I have what was it? 4,000 gold. That'll be gone by tomorrow.
Somehow wizards always find a way to turn gold into not gold.
Well, I
Mhm,
mean, you
mhm.
could
It's kind
decide
of weird
to
transmutation.
just keep it in the olden bank, and
But
And
you
then-
see, if I spend it, I become more powerful.
Why are you
True.
always
It's a
melting
matter
gold
of-
down and pouring it on your book?
It's a matter of you don't put the money you don't want to spend in your checking account. You keep it in your savings account so that you don't spend it.
Just don't give me that type
The
of.
rug is our savings account.
Mhm,
I wish I could put the gold in the mirror. Gold, look at the mirror.
You technically could. You could send someone in there. They could get trapped in the mirror, take the money in with them, drop it in one of the cells, and then you could call them back out. But you have to have someone willing to do that.
I don't feel comfortable with that.
That's a smart
I'll do
idea.
that.
You'll do that?
Okay.
I mean, he just got back.
I just got
He's-
back.
he's
Why?
okay with-
I'll trust you. And besides, hold on. Let me make sure.
Yeah, the only thing it says is that the freed creature appears along with its possessions in the unoccupied space when I call them back.
Oh, okay, never mind. So you can't leave it there.
I was just gonna make sure I had dispel magic.
I mean, you
Load
guys
it up.
could buy a safe.
Yeah, I think that might be the better option. Something that we can install and have be more secure than just a hole under the rug. We can still put it under the rug.
Let's turn this whole room into a safe.
Yeah,
A
just
gun
put like
safe.
a thin layer of like lead all over the interior of the room,
Uh-huh.
like with some kind of
Anyway.
paint.
Oh.
I heard that's pretty tasty stuff, by the way.
If you guys will take a look on the
It's kinda
left
sweet.
side, I did some
Nice.
divvying. Does that look appropriate?
Kitchen's not big enough, but sure.
Okay, so let's see. I have
That's lovely. I like that a lot.
so for the study room, study/anchor, we need books, bookshelves, a safe, let's say a couple of nice armchairs. Really, do it up.
Yeah.
For my room, I would like a couple more magical books, bookshelves, a safe, a rug, a mirror,
Magical bookshelf.
magical books, inks, work desk. I don't think I will have a chair in there.
Hey, Seven,
No, I
I've
don't
got a
think I will have
mirror
an
you could
armchair.
use.
Well, would Seven use a standing desk or would he use a
Standing
regular
desk.
desk with a
Oh wait, he doesn't
standing
have to
desk?
care about his posture and
Mm-mm.
Well,
lower
no.
back health.
Yes, he does. He can still get stiff. He is not 100% robotic. He still
Just
needs
install
to
new motors.
deactivate and rest. Like you still need downtime.
I think the more alchemical stuff I would try and do downstairs in that workshop, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, Unit 7 can still get exhausted. Like, he's not immune to this stuff.
I would say, yeah, maybe, yeah, just
So you-
books about. So when I say magical books, I just mean like history or magic textbook shit.
Understood.
No,
It's not
spell
floating
books.
books and
References.
stuff.
I would maybe the safe. I would want it like a book safe, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I do have a couple of books that I would like to keep safe,
Yeah, for
even
sure.
if a couple stays on me. Rug is mostly. I would actually like 4 rugs.
Okay.
If we're trying to hide that this is an anchor, we need multiple rugs in multiple rooms. So one of
Good
you
choice.
guys might be getting, hey, your bedroom's getting a rug in it. Deal with it. Boom.
Heck yeah.
Cool.
I would like a lion skin rug.
And then yeah, just a couple
That's
of
really
mirrors.
jacked up, dude.
It's really weird.
Yeah, lion skin rug. That's a good idea.
No,
that
it's
goes
not.
In, that goes in Alden's room.
Alden, my cousin!
Oh, I like Holden. I don't
Well,
wanna
you
have
can
to
have the
not
frog
use
skin room in yours, so I guess it's even.
Oh my god.
So yeah, basically, I want Unit 7's room to be there's gonna be no bed, no.
Okay.
I think
Are you gonna have like a crane in your room? Just swing arm crane.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why walk when you can be craned across the room?
so. I mean, just a bunch of books. Make it as a study area as possible.
And you're wanting it to be pretty nice. Is this accurate?
I would say relatively nice. I wouldn't say really, really high end shit. Just
So with all that, I mean, tell me if I'm being unreasonable. I think maybe like 100 gold for all this stuff to be brought in. It's pretty nice. Like you're getting good bookshelves and you're stocking with some books that probably cost like 5 gold each. The desk is probably like pretty dang nice since you're gonna do a lot of work here. And that's aside from the actual component stuff of like inks and papers and parchment and whatnot.
the ink and paper is ink and paper.
Okay, just basic stuff.
Staples, yeah.
Okay, that's yeah.
Staples
Yeah.
variety.
So you
The
got a
special
full
shit. I
furnished-
know I need to buy separate.
Cool. Yeah, so roughly 100 gold to like really furnish your stuff out, and this will
Done.
probably take you the entire next day to do. Like this is gonna be a full day of like, oh, I don't want this. Like, where's another furniture worker? And like you have to do a bit of like shopping. But by the time you're done at the end of that next day, like you close the door and you like look in this office, this room, this new home, and there's a huge, I mean, it's up to you, but you're getting reminiscent vision of like of Baltic's study. There's some
Right.
hints of like his stuff, but this is like on your own. So there might be a sense of pride or accomplishment in that aspect.
Right.
May I volunteer 100 gold of my own to do something similar? Like send him with 100 gold and be like, hey, can you pick up this, and this while you're visiting furniture people?
I mean, it's up to Peter. Yeah. There you go.
Cool. I do that.
Yeah. Easily done. Yeah. So both your rooms are furnished. You don't
I
get
will go
any
with
beds,
Peter,
Olden.
and I will.
You get a bunch of everything else you asked for,
a
but
bed.
yeah.
I will go
I just
shopping
want it to
for
be furnished
myself.
if I have it already on there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Whatever that costs.
What were we doing, Amanda?
I said
I'll be
I
right
would go
back.
shopping for myself, and I would make my room all pretty.
Okay. So nothing super specialized. If you just want to get something pretty basic but fully furnished, I'd say it's roughly like 50 gold. If you want to get something that's like high end, pretty frilly, something really nice or kind of specialized, that'd be roughly 100. If you want to do something that's like really nice, like a 4-post canopy bed and like a really plush chair, I'd say it's like 200 gold. So if you want a few like high end specialty things, roughly 200 or so. If there's anything like super specific or special you want, maybe we'll talk about what that might be. But for all of you guys, you can mark off, that amount of gold. Keep that in mind. Maybe make a note next to the map or whatever for how well your room is furnished. But yeah, I mean, that's up to you guys, however you want to invest.
Can you take out the little furniture things that you copied over from
Yes,
Alden's room?
absolutely.
Blake, can I suggest
Hmm?
a study with
Yeah.
bookcases and a smoking chair, red
Oh, well,
leather?
So
that's the kind of stuff that I already have in my room. Anyway.
Oh, good.
What are you guys gonna do
I'm
with this
picking at
middle
150
room?
gold worth.
The middle
What
room?
middle room?
That'll be, decorated with,
Oh, that one.
statue of Tetra.
I mean, you could make this like a grand entry room. You could put like stuff on pedestals. You could put you could do a lot of interesting things. Don't feel the need to follow any sort of traditional like housing layouts or anything. But I mean, you could put like a hot tub in here. You could, I mean, like
Okay.
literally whatever you guys want. And you don't have to decide now. It could be empty for now.
I want to make that middle room our trophy room / museum.
That's kind of what I was thinking, honestly. I didn't want to say, but yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
could put like your accomplishments and stuff, have
So
paintings done.
these
I was thinking of that
orphans,
in the middle
are-
room upstairs. Sorry, go ahead.
So these orphans are going to come into this house, go through all trophy room to get to their
Mhm.
bedroom, classrooms.
Mhm.
It has to be like PG stuff, like basic stuff. The good stuff it has to be upstairs. Like
I would
up,
want to
I
put
think
like
eviscerating-
up.
Oh, so no
holes
chopped
down
off
there.
Medusa's head.
Yeah, we're gonna need a statue of this rotten Medusa with her titties out and us stabbing her.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Nice.
Got
So we'll-
spilling out.
We're just gonna need a full-time mason worker just to make all these
Oh,
statues.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As realistic
We're
as
not
you can.
vain at
Every
all.
fold of skin.
So to go back
Michelangelo.
just a bit.
Every rotted pustule.
So Alden, you
To be able to
get
decide how many nipples a fish person has.
some letters.
Fish aren't mammals, so
And Seven can describe in great detail what these look like.
So Alden, you got 2 letters, and everyone, you guys
Yes.
have this letter collectively.
is that even legible?
I don't know, is it? I can pull it up. Hold on. I have the
Greeting, ward keepers. Your name and renown has spread throughout the Allaeros countryside, ward of great deeds, and Marshwood Web, pouched by Kai the Animate, taking up the dreadful task of keeping watch of a troublesome young man. Oh,
Oh,
I was reading the cursive one.
Go for it. You don't gotta stop.
yeah. No, I'm following along with you. Keep going.
Taking up the dreadful task of keeping watch of troubled young man, accepting responsibility for such a financial burden is unheard of. Another word from Jonathan Leafrout, the town sovereign of Zagas Underrock, sent a rather regretful letter to King Court regarding the attendant of your group, saving the entire town from a devil invasion. Sovereign Rock Gunderson has also spoken highly of your capabilities as you reach domestic
Resolve.
issues with resolve. You resolved domestically within the grand city of Thousand Leaf and had intention of donating a large sum of gold upon completion of restoring our mining operation within Thousand Leaf river system due to these great feats and hope of a mutual benefactor relationship. The king has wished to extend a personal invitation to the king's court, which will be held during the 10-day celebration of the winter solstice in
Conjunction.
Yeah, I can't.
conjunction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was fucked up. With
Yeah,
the kings have never been a peaceful transition of peace to Ben ruler. Please
Anyone?
honor us
Oh, yeah. Good.
participating in the king's court 12/21/001. Your finest attire. So nude for me. I'm kidding.
Let me just polish the groin area a little extra today.
King Quincy Lamont. For anyone that's listening, there's a script writer that puts this in super fancy handwriting. It's super difficult to read. So, Peter, you did a good job, dude.
Yeah, good job.
Are you kidding me? That's
my
better than my
eyes hurt.
handwriting.
Looking at this.
Yeah, so
You
guys
need a
were...
crypto technician just to understand my handwriting.
Yeah, so these are letters you guys would have probably gone through, or this letter would have been something you go through the first night you got back. Any questions or anything about that? I have a lot of, well, not a whole lot, but I have a few other things. So as you guys think of stuff, feel free to jump in. We'll kind of jump back and forth over these next 3 days or so.
Well, I'm gonna have to go get myself a fancy outfit.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll have to go shopping.
Fashion show.
Woo!
A new shopping session. Yay.
So that's actually a really good point. Unit 7, when you go to get all of this furniture and whatnot, you notice that prices are jacked up just a little bit, but there's also a weight on some stuff. Like the specific bookcase that you're wanting, probably made a certain way. They're like, oh yes, we can definitely make that for you. It'll be about 2 days though, when usually you could get it like by the end of the day. There's more of a wait. And in all of these workshops you go to, there's just work being done. It's like pretty chaotic. If you guys want to get a fine set of clothes, it's roughly, well, it's not roughly, it's exactly 15 gold pieces to get a fine set of clothes. You would head to a clothing store. I don't know what the fantasy word is, but you go to a tailor. My God. A tailor, and get some fancy clothes. And you are free to describe it as much or as little as you want. Whatever you
15
want.
gold?
15 gold,
15.
yes.
Oof.
But yeah, you guys have been invited to the King's Court. On the third, so you guys got there, you slept. The next day, you guys got furniture and whatnot. The day after that, Simon would call you guys to meet with him. And he would just have you meet him probably in the dining room, which is probably the most thing that resembles some sort of meeting space that he would feel comfortable having access to. Oh, I didn't open. There's no door right here. There should be a door. Right. There we go. But yeah, he would ask you guys to meet him in the dining room shortly after breakfast. And he would just say, and you would kind of put some papers down, pass each of you out a piece of paper, say, River and I, they're staying next to each other, have been working on a few proposals. If you'd like to take a look here. And he goes through them with you. He says, if you're up to it, I have experience in managerial and operations, and River's like hands-on. So depending on what you want out of this, as he gestures to like the whole keep, there's a variety of options. Olden, Tetra, you two are masterful craftsmen and able to create things to sell. And Unit 7, from what I understand, you're proficient in the arcane. You could scribe he just kind of avoids looking at Relisa, but says, super sick. Tetra. But he would say, you could create your own items here, and we could market them and sell them, obviously at an upcharge of price. It would keep you busy, but we could find a market for it to make specialized items, put a big buzz behind it, reduce supply, increase demand, jack the price up. And he kind of points to the next section, you guys kind of fall down with him. We could run a adventures guild out of here, having groups much like yourself, far less accomplished though. Use this as a base of operations. I could put the ears out in the taverns in multiple cities. I have tons of contacts through my family name, but in Tridon and extending all out through Mountain Deep, all the major cities down to the outer boroughs of Thousand Leaf, we could get small jobs done, raids on the ruins that still need to be plundered and adventured through. They would get resources from us. We would do an investment with the gold that you've acquired. And supply potions and information to these locations, and they would bring back a percentage of what they find. Obviously there's some risk with potential loss of investment. Also sending people out to do dangerous work can be heavy on the heart for some, but maybe not for others. The other option, of course, is any sort of other business that might come to mind that we could run out of here. I know, Olden, you have your workshop below. You could create a tinker's workshop and mass produce tinkering items, which is very popular with young kids. There's an whole assortment, but at the heart of any of your decisions, River and I both have experience with getting our hands dirty, with managing, and if your travels lead you elsewhere, we could stay here and manage it for you. If this finds acceptable, we could potentially hire more guards to keep all the investments safe. We would manage and upkeep the building for you. If allowed, I would become captain of the keep's guard, and I would manage the guardsmen. River could train them and increase their expertise, which would allow us to prevent, as your reputation grows, people begin to sought you out and you attract ill-wanted people. And if our people are trained by River, they could prevent more skillful intruders. So something to consider. So
Excellent.
he just kind of leaves you with that and says, obviously, no need to decide now. We still have payment on the guards. I've acquired 2 additional guards from the Iron Will Merc Company to help with the rotation of guards. I've paid it out of my own pockets for the next 2 weeks, carried up with and bumped their pay up to 2 gold a day as well. I feel it helps with morale. Whatever decision you come with, how you want to spend your money, of course, will be up to you. But I hope you entrust in me once you do decide to make a decision.
I mean, I think we can all say that we trust you. We were, like I was saying before, we were back to back in that cave. You decided to come back with us to get our friend.
Yeah.
So trust is pretty implicit at this point.
Just kind of nods. Well, I would love to continue this adventure with you, invest here. Neither River or I want to go back to Tridon. We've been handed things pretty much all our lives, and it is time for us to earn our keep. And we've been taught a great deal of skill and are very capable in doing so. But we appreciate.
Yeah, I saw those rune shields. You have
Yes.
to teach me about those someday.
I absolutely can. So yeah, they would go over. You guys might have a few questions here or there, and they kind of go over their pitching stuff, and yeah, they leave you to it for that third day or so. What else would you guys like to be doing?
Well, I know some of us have sent pictures of fancy dress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, have you?
we have.
Oh.
Petra's
And we
automatically
are
wins,
fancy.
but
Yeah. You're the beast. I love it. Oh,
15
can I
gold
be Beauty
removed.
then?
Oh,
No.
is Unit
Sure,
7 going to
yes.
actually dress
I
up?
mean, Belle?
Yeah, I sent that picture,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I just like blue instead of red.
Okay. Blue tie, blue gym, blue glasses. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys
And then Olden still looks good badass.
straight up swiped from Magic the Gathering. Good old Dovin.
yeah, on the third day,
Knew I saw it.
same day that Simon and River kind of propose this to you, later that afternoon, Olden Knoprock and Astrophy come. You hear the side door to the workshop kind of close. And yeah, you hear them having entered your workshop.
Cool. I'll go down to the workshop and meet them there.
Yeah, you head down, and whenever you kind of open the door, they don't seem to notice you. They're like talking about something. Their back's kind of to you, and you go up and kind of tap their shoulder. And Knoprock turns around, falls and slips, is clearly like scared, and Astrophy
I'll be
is
like,
white.
Ah!
Yeah, Astrophy's like, oh, and then she immediately lunges at you and like wraps her arms around your neck and gives you a big hug. She's like, oh, I'm so happy you're back. Did I have an accent for her? Was it French?
She was
Yeah.
like French Canadian.
Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, I'm so happy. Nope. Oui, monsieur. Oui, oui. Oh, I'm so happy you are back.
Yeah,
I've
there
missed
you
you.
go.
I've missed you so. And she wraps her arms around your neck, and she's
I'll do
oh,
like pat, 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 pat.
yeah. Oh, you are safe. That is so great. How was it? What did you see? What did you find?
I'll pull out a hollow exploder and I'll just be like, look at this.
Oh my God! And she like takes it from you and is like looking at it. What is that creature in there? She's like tapping at the little elemental. It's like
It's a hollow and it explodes.
that is amazing. I've never seen such a creation before. Where did you find this? She hands it back to you.
I'll like walk over and put it on a workbench and I'm like, I found it in a box in the dirt.
She's like, oh, those ruins out there, they are just buried with amazing treasure just waiting to be found. It is amazing. Half the time I wonder if I want to be a tinker who creates these things or if I want to go out and just dig in a hole. It is amazing. Well, I'm so happy you are back. We have been working on this arm here, and she like points over to an arm that's like pulled up by giant chains, like a engine block would be, and saying we are trying to get these holes that's connected, but it's just not like something we've ever seen before. I do not quite understand how this thing was made, but
I heard about that. Did you seek help at the guild? I was told you were like carrying machinery back and forth.
I was taking it back to my workshop and just I felt bad always coming down here to study without you here. So I just took the work home with me. But I just ended up bringing it all back and just being here. It was too much work, and I needed to reference the rest of the body, and all I had was a little piece of it. So, it was all back here. But no, I didn't want to share it with anyone else. You know, too many people knowing about something this important, especially with all the guilds around here. You know, most people I work with are very nice, but the people I work with talk with people that I don't work with, and that is what I am worried about.
I
So,
agree. You
best
never
to-
know who's going to be a dirty, like, want to be jealous of your work or try to steal it or something.
She like hunches her shoulders and gets real close. You'd be like, yes, you never know who's sneaking in the dark and is going to come and get your things from you. She like pokes you like in the shoulder. Someone's going to come and get your machine.
And I'm gonna vaporize them with my hollow exploder.
Oh my god, that is so crazy. Yeah, so you guys probably spend half the day or so kind of tinkering and whatnot. As you're working on probably the clockwork stuff, she tells you that they've been working on the like brain of the clock, and she's very impressed by, because you rolled very well pretty much the whole time, about the body frame that you made, and she said she'll take it with her back to her guild to clobber it all together. And at one point you guys are focused on like that arm working with Knoprock, and after like an hour or so focusing on that, you turn around and you see that she has made a custom stand for your hollow your teehee, and is like there's like a custom stand now made for it to where it stands perfectly like level, pointed out, or pointed down probably for safety. But yeah, there's like a really nice display for the gun, and she's like, well, now you can display your work and not worry about
That's
it falling over.
incredible.
Hey, you know,
You put this all together in an afternoon while we were just across over there. I mean, you're very resourceful, very clever.
see her blue kind of blush a bit purple. She's like, oh, stop it. It is no problem at all. It's a simple stand, but thank you. Yes, I took a lot of care in it. And she excuses herself, saying she has to go work on some other stuff and get ready for her night shift back at the inn. And after a bit, Knoprock leaves as well. And you go back and look at the stand, and you see that at the bottom along the edge it says Olden Riverwright Genius on the bottom, just written in really small.
I look for like, is there any phone numbers on it or?
There are not any phone numbers on this gun stand.
Email address.
Yeah, fax number, pager number. No.
Yeah, I want a beeper.
But in the
Only
tinkering
fans.
in the tinkering world, it takes some care to do something so intricate and small and stuff. So it might mean a little something to you. What about the rest of you? What else you guys doing?
Look at fingers.
He really
Anyone
likes you.
testing anything? Unit 7, I assume at one point you're going to want to head to the scroll shop Dilly Bob, maybe? What's that place called? When you get there, there are not very many scribes within scribing, and their shelves where all the cubbies are, where all the scrolls are, they're pretty barren. The person greets you at the front. What is there? That was like one of the first places y'all went to. Arcane shop. Oh, did not put notes there. Guild Hall. Not that. No. Nope. No. Closed. Nope. Oh, I guess I didn't make notes when I first brought that up. Oh, wait. Hold on. Is it in my paper notes? Does anyone remember the name of the scroll place?
I do
The
not.
scroll place.
Yeah, there
You
was
still
like
have the fancy map because we had all the shop names listed on there, right?
I'm,
city map?
I'm looking at it. It's not. It's not there. It's like
Bummer.
the. Yeah, this is all. So all those names and stuff is just something I pulled from like Google, and I did a few updates on it and stuff, but yeah, the Mage Guild is what it says. Tendalos, Underdark, Vortex of Chaos, Dragons, Description, King, Festival, Market, Rune Master. Okay. I don't think I have it. Okay, anyway. Yeah, you head in there, and a gentleman greets you. He says, well, we are quite low on supplies due to the festivities. Many of the scribes are working at the kingdom to create fireworks scrolls that may be fired by the non-specialized casters at will without expending their energies. But we do have a small selection for you. Peter, is there any specific spells that you are looking for?
Specific.
If not, we can just roll and see what we got. If there is something specific, you also have to roll for it. But no, outer borough, lower districts.
I think anything specific. Don't remember. I'm going through the spell list now to try and remember.
Okay.
I know I said teleportation, but that was before I remembered it was a level.
Sure.
Fuck it. Find familiar.
Okay, roll d20 for me. Hey, kitty cat. Can you guys hear my cat? Meowing? No.
That's 17.
17? Yeah. He says, find familiar. One moment has not requested very much. And he goes around back. On the front shelves, there's like a few cantrips. There's like 2 level 1 spells. There's a level 2 spell, but anything like third, well, no, that's a first level spell, isn't it?
That's the first level spell.
Well, there's cantrips, the second level spells like on the front. On the back, you know that the higher level spells are, but he says that not many people ask for it, so it's kind of like going back in storage where it's not getting pulled out a lot. So, but he returns after a few moments and goes, yes, the find familiar spell. Here you are, sir. Crap. Now I gotta look up how much that is. Do you know how much that is? Scroll.
I do remember, since it's a scroll, is generally half the price of the first level item. Common.
Dungeon Master Guide.
I have my book somewhere. Nope, that's Guildmaster Guide to Ravnica.
5 silver.
Let's see if D&D Beyond can. Creating spell scroll.
Of course, it's the bottommost book.
Let's see. Sources. Dungeon Master Guide. Magic items.
Sellable magic item. Common 100. I assume that is a common.
Here we go. Rarity, first level or higher. Buying and selling, push from healing, identifying, attainment, first armor potions, rings, rod, scrolls. No scrolls, blah, 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 blah. Less scrolls, script says otherwise, right now, script the scroll and activate it. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah.
First level spell is common. Base price for sellable magic item is
50 to 100.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll say 50 gold.
50?
Yep.
Here it is. Crafting magic items. The page just before the one I was looking at. Sure, I'll buy that.
Cool. Oh, I'm
Minus
gonna let my cat
50.
in. She's being crazy.
Oh.
Back.
Okay.
So I would ask him, I know your scribes have been busy. Is there a particular spell scroll that you need that I might be able to make myself?
He's very intrigued by this. Give me a persuasion or yeah, give me a charisma check of some sort. Probably persuasion.
Let's do persuasion because I'm proficient, so it's a +2.
Nice. It's not super high. I mean, demand is high, but
There's a
What do
4.
4. He goes, well, my good man, we are a bit short-staffed, but I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar, and to be one writing in the Scroll Guild requires a bit of knowing. And you get a sense that he's talking about they don't know you, they don't know your skill and whatnot. But if you want to create one and bring one by, I mean, are you aware of the banishment spell?
The banishment spell, I believe I do have a spell book. Why don't you... Banishment. Yeah. I am familiar with it. I am familiar with it. I do know it.
He kind of looks you up a bit and goes, well, if you'd like to make a banishment spell scroll, and what is your intention? Are you simply wanting to help out, or are you looking for something?
My friend has a house here, so it's likely I will be here around quite often. And so what I'm trying to do right now is make friends. I mean, of course, if I do make this, I'll be selling it, but it will be just making sure I'll have something you would like, and not just, hey, here's some junk I found.
Understood. Well, we take all sorts of spells. Anything that requires a studied caster would be appreciated. Similar to the banishment spell, or anything more complicated would be greatly appreciated. Of course, we would have to buy them for a bit less than the time it would take for one to invest in creating such a scroll. However, such favors can go a long way. And he will extend his hand out, and he will say, oh my god, where's my list? Here we go. 2 seconds. The name is Galur.
Gillier?
Galur Kithul. And I'll slap that in chat. Boom.
Thank you.
Tall, brown eyes, regular build, about 5'4". Wood elf. Let me see. Yeah, that's about it. That you would know at least.
He's the big bad.
Well, thank you. I will try and come back within. Alright, so to create a spell scroll of 4th level, gonna take time. 5,000 gold pieces.
Christ.
Yeah, we're gonna
Oh, wait,
need to sell some things in
for
order to afford
consumable.
half of his wizard shit.
It's half of that because it's a spell. It's a scroll.
Okay.
It's 25 gold. Oh, wow. 25 gold pieces every day.
Yeah, and you would get the sense when you saw the scribes the first time you came in that they are not spending exactly that amount of money each day. The process is taking longer, so they're investing less money each day, but so they're not like just churning them out constantly. It's a bit more drug out.
Okay. I will work on it and get it as soon as I can. Of course, you know things like this will take a fair bit of time.
Of course. It was very nice to in your name, sir.
Unit 7 of 26 of Experimental Division. Most people just call me Unit 7.
Of course. Unit 7 is pleasant to meet you.
Great to meet you. Have a great day.
You as well. And the place that you're leaving is called the Astral Scrolls of the Arcane. And this building is shaped like a squat, not very tall, but it looks like a wizard's hat from the outside. The top is like kind of tilted, kind of
A flaccid wizard's hat.
Sounds like the hat is as tight as the guy inside. Oh, please tell me that is magical, and the more awake he is, the more.
Dude, that's
It's thing in the morning.
clever. That is clever.
So you can look at him like, oh no, he's not in a good mood. Let's just keep walking.
What else are you guys doing?
Boing. Oh, he's in too good a mood.
Yeah.
Whoa. Settle
Ooh.
down. Settle down.
Let's see. I've already removed that. Yeah, the magic items jump up when you get up to 4th and 5th level.
So a few other things I'll mention in the city. Whenever Unit 7, you would have gone and gotten the desk and whatnot for your room in Olden's room. You went to the carpenter shop, and you met let me see, what is this person's name? Thuwan. This section of the city is well made and decorated, less with fancy or expensive means, but with heart. There's a wood carving human on the balcony. There's like a patio overhang that you walk under before walking into this building. A wood carving of a human holding a large chisel to the side of a large piece of lumber that itself is made on. A flowing band drapes around their neck with a large apron from the chest to the shin. The corners of this building is held up by 8-foot wide wooden pillars that reach 40 feet tall. Intricate carvings of a king, a throne, city, and guard, and the thousand-leaf symbols flow from one image to another, from house to house with people inside. The shop has the balcony that overhangs the entryway that has a slender female wood elf working on the landing. Wood chips and sawdust softly fall between the gaps of wood of the decking above. And inside you, there are a few things of note. Obviously, you have all your basic woodworking tools, special hammers, and hand axes, hand saws, and whatnot. But there are special tools. There's a woodworking arrow kit tool. It's 25 gold for a kit. It costs 5 copper per bolt, which comes to 1 gold for 20 arrows. It allows you to make 250 arrows out in the field. It takes 1 hour to create 5 arrows, but it lets you cut down the cost and make arrows out on the field itself. There is a book that you can buy that helps you learn how to use this without being proficient in carpentry. Otherwise, you would need to be proficient in carpentry. There is special wood glue. It takes 24 hours to cure. In this metagame, 20 DC to break the strength of this glue. It only works on wood. There are 20 uses. It costs 5 gold to buy, I don't know, a tube, or I don't know what the hell they would put it in. A tube of this, we'll say. There's a hand crank revolving saw, which is 6 inches long, costs 200 gold, which will allow you to, cut down trees and whatnot in a very quick fashion. Custom handles are sold here. For weaponry, handles on weapons, cross guards, 2 silver to make, 2 silver to paint or stain, 1 gold if you want a complex design. They also sell chest with 1,000-leaf calligraphy, and basic chest of a variety of different designs, and also chest with false bottoms in it as well. So that is the carpentry shop that you would have visited.
I think I would have gotten one of those chests with the false bottoms.
Sure. Yeah. It is. Let me see here.
This is on top of the 150.
Yes, this is that would be a specialty item. So yes.
Okay.
So it would cost you 7 gold pieces, 5 for the chest, 2 gold for like the specialty version of it, so 7 total. Relisa, on that second day, you probably go to an alchemist with this Medusa blood, right? Very
yes,
good.
sir.
So you head to this alchemist alchemy shop. It's called the Grim Peacock Pharmacy. Let me see here. The exterior is made of solid stone. Burn marks cracked in the stone. Replaced new stone. And a couple pieces of plank wood scattered about the side of the building. Much like other buildings that wall up to a flat roof. The window to the right is stained glass. Mirrored on the other side is a copy of the same shape, but empty. So there's no stained glass on the left window. As you walk in, a voice yells out, "Hit the deck!" Give me a deck save. I think I wrote this like 6 months ago. I need to start dating my notes.
15.
15. Yeah, so you hit the deck and there's just glass shards like poof, and you look in the wall where there's like wood pieces. You see like chunks of glass shards. And an explosion of flame that happened in the middle. You look up at the ceiling where it's like a stone, giant stone slabs, and there's just like these burn marks all over the ceiling. But let me see here. A halfling, like female, calls out with these big goggles looking over to you. "Ah, good you ordered it. What can I do for you?"
What are you working on?
"Oh, explosions. Trying to make alchemist fire.
Oh.
Trying to make it on the cheap. Doesn't go well for you. Got to use the real stuff."
Yeah, that's true. Well,
I super know what you're talking about.
I do. Obviously, I have great persuasion. I can persuade her to think it, though. It's fine. Speaking of real stuff, do you have any use for Medusa blood?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that stuff is crazy hard to get a hold of. But yeah, I mean, if I had some, yeah, what you got some?
It's crazy hard to get some, right? Like you have to kill a Medusa or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like hello, you're gonna turn to stone, right?
I mean, or you don't, and you come away with their blood, right?
Yeah, yeah, yes. You have some?
I do.
Great.
I do. What
You
kind
looking
of
to
things
sell it?
what kind of things do you use it for?
Typically, you care for being turned to stone. Let's see. You could also use it to harden oneself, to make the exterior of your skin pretty hard and tough.
And I like to be like a delicate, soft flower, so maybe that's not a good idea for me. I mean,
Never know when you want to be hard.
I don't want to be hard.
So, like, do you have some though? Like,
I do. I have 4 vials.
oh, well, I am in the business of trade as well. Come. And she like goes behind the counter, and you see her like step up a staircase as she like boop 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 walks up, and she has in her hand this little like wooden case with a handful of different looking vials in it. And she kind of taps them on the counter, and she throws her hands over the tops of them. Where's the Medusa blood?
I will pull it out.
She like
Oh,
snatches
sure.
it out of your hand, pops it open. Oh yeah, that shit's vile. And she like
Yeah.
hands it back to you. She says, "Well, look, we could do some trade. How many of those do you have?"
I have 4.
That's amazing. Roughly, give or take about 100 gold's worth each. So you got about 400 gold there. I have some things for you. This is a filter of love. This. I gotta look each of these up as I explain them to
What
you.
is the
He's
filter
looking
of
for that one guy. Back in
This.
Cinder Valley.
Once you ingest this, for the next 10 minutes, the next person that once you ingest this, the next person you see, you become charmed by them for 1 whole hour. And if it's someone that you're attracted to, you regard them as your true love. And you see that this potion has, she like pops it open, and you smell it, and it smells like roses.
It's just alcohol.
Yeah, and there's like one little bubble in there that's like clear and see-through, and it's shaped like a heart.
Everclear.
Yeah.
Oh, Alden could love me forever.
Fuck you.
And then she like sets that down, pulls out another one. This one will help you climb very fast, give you very strong muscles. It's a potion of climbing. This one will make you brave and boost yourself if you're out there fighting Medusas. Potion of heroism.
Also alcohol.
This
Sound
one
like alcohol.
This one is interesting. It's like purple, and there's like these little like creatures that are like darting in there, dart and then stop, and then dart and then stop. This one will help you read someone's mind.
Now that one is pretty cool. I really like reading mind stuff.
She like puts it in your hand, and then she's like points to another one. This one allows you to breathe underwater. And then I have some healing potions, some greater healing potions. But this one's a potion of speed. It makes you super fast. So, how many do you want? And she starts taking the Medusa blood like out of your hand.
Well, hold on. And I cast detect magic to see, like alchemy wouldn't be. Is that magical? Would I just get tons of bingings?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. I was
Bingings
thinking maybe
everywhere.
I would maybe see if I got pinged on special things. Is there anything special I could find with it, or would I just see everything?
You would just see everything. I mean, they're all magical. They're all giving you. They're all. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, they're all magical. Like they're all giving you something that you couldn't get otherwise. I don't really know how to explain it. I mean, they are magical.
Yeah. Okay. I was trying to see if I could find the like extra cool stuff that she's not talking about.
No, no. You kind of look around with your eyes and you see that there's like some stuff brewing. You see like one that's in like a beaker that's like bubbling and stuff, and you see like flares of magic, and then like it disappears and it's just like regular water. It looks like it's in the process of becoming something. But no, she's pretty upfront with what she's got. See a lot of like
And-
drying herbs and whatnot hanging from the ceiling, things like that.
And so how much are like the potion and mind reading? Like how much is that potion compare? Is there like a list that I would have?
You know what? Yes, I'm glad you said that because I'm just sitting here staring at it. So that is what you got. So there's like the first number is the gold amount. The second one's what page it's on in the player's handbook. I wrote this before I had D&D Beyond.
Oh, good. Let me go to that.
So 180 for a handful of them, 400 for potion of speed, greater healing's 150.
You said the first number is what?
Gold.
Gold, and the 188 is the page number.
Page
that's what
number,
you
yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Got it. So it'd be 180
For most
for
of them,
that,
then 50
for-
for the last three are a little different.
Got it.
And then she will also just pay 400 gold as well if you just want the money. And she has
Got it,
like
got it.
multiple. She has multiple of like all these as well.
I totally think I will do. I'll do a mind reading, and then the rest in gold.
Okay, very good. Yeah, so she will give you that, and you give her. No, she gives you. Sorry, 220 gold. Is that right? 200. Yes. Yeah, 400 gold. Yeah. So she gives you 220 gold, and you get a potion of mind reading.
Okie-dokie.
Yeah, and she's just like, "Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to make this into something quite magnificent. It'll probably take me probably a 10-day or so to get one batch done, but yes, it's not often you get this stuff. The markup is going to be great." She like quickly turns around and begins tinkering. I mean, she bought a single ingredient for a potion, so
Yeah.
buying whatever this is going to be turned into will be worth more than just 100 gold.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? Olden, you got your letters. Anything about that? Any questions? Anything you want to talk to anyone about, or just move on from it? You have your info.
I have my info. I would keep probably all of that close to my chest.
Cool. Yeah, so I mean, if nothing else, I would say the day before the festival officially begins, Olden, you are shown the finished clock, which is about 10 foot tall. The base that you have was like this outer shell that allows the pendulum inside to swing back and forth, that has like all these sprockets and stuff like turning on the pendulum itself, and the weight of all of them like shifting over, kind of like those little marble things where they hit them and they like do that thing or whatever. There's like a very complex, cool gnome, tinkering version of that going on. But the inside where the pendulum is, so your case sits around the outside of it, but on the inside there's these like little platforms that are inside it and then hook around to the outer side of this clock. It actually creates a staircase around the side, around the back, around to the other side, that goes up to a platform that springs out up top, and it's literally so big for these halflings and gnomes to go up it, stand on it, and then there's like a small balcony, so it's like this like kind of party deck for them. And like, oh yeah, we're gonna be able to see over the crowd with this thing. We'll be able to call people over to our booth. It's gonna be awesome. So you this case you made is around it, and everyone's like congratulating you and talking about like how well done it is. And Ashby shows you the part that she made, and it shows like on the pendulum itself, like the medallion, the weight at the very bottom of it, it shows like this large mech looking thing that's not too dissimilar from the one that you have now, and it shows two Valkadons working on it, one with like a blast mask from like welding, working on, and the other one with like a wrench, like just wrenching down on it and stuff. 2 people working together. And then on the back of the medallion, there's Knoprock by himself, like sitting, like legs sprawled out, arms back with like a blown look or whatever. And everyone has a good laugh about that. And yeah, they're excited to take it to the festival.
That's so cool.
Cool. Is there anything else you guys want to do? We're going to wrap up tonight after all that.
Are we going pretty much straight into Festival Town then? We've had our 3 days for like R&R post Medusa. Are we just like going straight into Festival time after this?
I mean, it's up to you guys. But yeah, essentially, the way we'll start next session will be you guys will have some King's guard show up to your keep that will tell you that they're wanting to take you to the King's court. And you guys will be escorted to this location, essentially, in the morning of the first day of the festival. So, I mean, that's awesome. Where we'll pick up, unless you guys want to do otherwise. But yeah, I mean, the festival will pretty much kick off.
Awesome.
Cool.
And that's lasting for like a whole 10-day, right? It's going to be like a whole week.
Yeah. And there are multiple things to do. So I'll try and remember to tell Paige this as well, because I know she's looking forward to it a lot, especially the jousting part. So there's 10 days. There's roughly 2 activities a day of things to do. There's going to be like dice rolling competitions and stuff. Not everyone has to be involved in every one. Maybe pick or choose. If you want to be in every one, absolutely go ahead. Like, we're only doing this festival once, you know, we're not going to come back and do these things again, probably ever. So if you want to be in every single one of them, it's absolutely fine. You know, going through all this stuff will take some time. If there's stuff you want to skip that sounds stupid, if that's what your character would do, you know, feel free to take that card. But there's a lot of stuff here. Between all that stuff, I've tried to do some more complicated writing, and there's some RP that's going on between all that, some political intrigue. Hopefully some people are going to show up and stuff. Hopefully that will kind of open up the campaign a little bit more for you guys. So there's going to be stuff in between. So we're probably going to be on this festival for a couple sessions, like a handful of sessions. So
Sweet.
Yeah, probably not a whole lot of quote unquote traditional combat. But a lot of like RP story and just fun little mini games, essentially.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Cool. And jousting for Paige.
I think the only other thing I would probably do before the start of the festival is try to shop for these parts for the rifle, the bad news rifle.
Yeah.
I know there's some assembly process, but just to have the parts around.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's anything you have to roll for. You just able to take the time, spend the gold, and yeah, you got it.
Awesome. Okay.
Very cool.
I'll subtract 800 golds.
The only other thing that Relisa would do would be to go back to the library, and she did it before we left, is trying to find the Silver Lake. But now that I know, like, it says vision, I would just, any, like, my downtime before the festival, I would just try to see if I could try to locate anything about the mask or anything about the Silver Lake or anything about something that I saw. To kind of see, is it the real place? Is it somewhere?
I will have a think on that.
Yeah.
Good. Cool. Yeah. Sounds good. All right. Cool. I guess that's what we'll end it. Sweet. Thanks for watching. If you're watching, bye.
And if you're not watching, fuck you.
Yeah, get him, coach, get him. That was fun. I like that. I think it's been a long time since we've done like a grindy session like that.